Almost 2 years ago, we had a baby girl, and in that pregnancy, we knew that there were problems, and we didn't know the severity of them, but through prayer and fasting and a lot of faith, we pressed forward. And the day that she was born, we found out that there was many complications, to the point that she was not able to sustain life. And she stayed with us for 15 days, and then she returned to our Heavenly Father. And it was a neat experience to be, as a mother, to see her come into this world and then to see her return to her Heavenly Father. And we've always been open with our kids. It's a very open subject, and our kids and our family very much know that the importance of the sealing power in the temple, because we know through that our kids and Sophia and us, we will always be together.
Since we've lost Sophia, I've realized that our children have recognized the temple as a point of hope for them as they think about their sister, because they didn't get to see her and spend much time with her. You know, recently we went on a road trip across many parts, and we saw many temples, and Sydney here actually insisted that we specifically stop at the Salt Lake Temple. We hadn't planned for it, but we took a morning and went to the temple and walked the grounds, and kind of quietly just spent time together. It's obvious that for them, the temple means we get to see Sophia again.
We have been blessed to realize the importance of temples.
To stay as a family forever.
I have learned that temple blessings are most meaningful when death takes a loved one away from the family circle. Death cannot sever families sealed in the temple. They understand death as a necessary part of God's great plan of happiness.
A number of years ago, we wanted to start a family, and it became apparent after a few years of trying that the Lord wanted us to head down the path of adoption. And very soon we were blessed with a baby boy, our son Tyler. And the very next day, we went to the temple, and it was that same feeling of validation that the Lord was recognizing us as an eternal family.
Of course, we're dressed in whites in the sealing room. It was a very small group. It was just us and our immediate family. When he came together, Tyler, along with the rest of us in the room, the mirrors in the background, of course, and you can imagine the setting in your mind's eye, tremendously powerful in cementing the idea that families really are eternal, and that the bonds that we were just at that time starting in that small sealing room would go on forever.
Those who understand the eternal blessings which come from the temple know that no sacrifice is too great, no price is too heavy, no struggle too difficult in order to receive those blessings.
When Mandy and I decided to start our family, we learned that we could not conceive children. So that led us down the adoption path. And so we worked with LDS Social Services, and we, about 9 years ago, a little over 9 years ago, we were able to pick up Adam from the hospital at 2 days old.
Most families don't have the opportunity to go as a family to the temple and be sealed together forever, because when you're in the church, most children are born in the covenant. However, with our case, since we couldn't conceive, we had the opportunity to adopt. And so after 6 months, and after the legal process is through, Matt and I had the opportunity to go to the temple twice, the first time with Adam and the second time with Caitlin.
Nothing can replace Sitting across that altar from Mandy and our hands joined together and Adam's little tiny hand being placed upon ours, and the feeling that we experienced was just overwhelming. To be in the temple, that beautiful place, and to know that our family was now tied together for time and all eternity.
Most kids don't get to the temple, but Caitlin was getting sealed to us so she can be part of our family.
I went to the temple with my family.
Just as Jesus used a child in his mortal ministry as an example, for the people of the pure love they must and could have to be like him. He has offered us the family as an example of an ideal setting in which we can learn how to love as he loves. That is because the greatest joys and the greatest sorrows we experience are in family relationships. The joys come from putting the welfare of others above our own. That is what love is.
While I am in my early years, I'll prepare most carefully so I can marry in God's temple for eternity.
In many of our homes, there are the words, "Our family can be together forever." Whether the family will be together depends on the choices each family member makes.
Families can be together forever through Heavenly Father's plan. I always want to be with my own family, and the Lord has shown me how I can. The Lord has shown me how I can.
The day I went to the temple, I went with my family because Austin and my mom were getting married.
It was important for us to get married in the temple. We knew that's where we wanted to be.
Yeah, it was definitely a great day for I think our whole family. You know, something we did together the first time as a family. What a great way to start our family.
It was one of the best moments for me was not only having my special friends and family in the temple with us, but to come outside and see all of our children and know that we were about to start a new adventure in the right way.
When they came out of the temple, they were kissing.
You know, the temple's always meant a lot to me and my family, and it meant that I'd be able to be with my best friend for the rest of my life and forever. And I just love her so much, and the temple's an important part of that.
It felt warm inside and felt good. When I'm older, I want to get married in the temple because then my family can be together forever.
It would be a fine thing if parents would have in every bedroom in their house a picture of the temple, so their children, from the time they're infants, could look at the picture every day until it becomes a part of their life.
5, to see. I love to see the temple. I'm going there someday.
Each of our temples is an expression of our testimony that life beyond the grave is as real and as certain as is our life here on earth. There is much to be done in our temples on behalf of those who wait beyond the veil. As we do the work for them, we will know that we've accomplished what they cannot do for themselves. In this sacred sanctuary, we will find peace. We will be renewed and fortified. Temples bring joy to our faithful members, wherever they're built. Reports of the sacrifices made in order to receive the blessings found only in temples of God never fail to touch my heart and bring to me a renewed sense of thankfulness for temples.